Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another round of sound. This is the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown. I'm Bob Pompiani. Always a lot to talk about. We'll get into whether a fan should return a home run ball that was significant to Albert Pujols. We'll also talk about Devin Bush. Is he the most important Pittsburgh Steeler on defense this season? We'll get into a lot of topics about baseball, but of course the #1 topic tonight on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown will be the Pirates, how they responded after getting blown out in St. Louis and then rattle off 3 wins in a row. Pretty impressive feat to do it in Busch Stadium. And here is your panel left to right on your television screen tonight, talking all hot topics. Andrew Filipponi from the PM show every day 2 to 6 on The Fan. In the middle, it's Will Graves, outstanding journalist with the Associated Press. And to the right, Mr. Tim Benz.
Hi, Mom.
Trib Live. Hello, Mom. Trib Live and also Steelers Radio Network. We have a lot to get into, but let's begin with the Pirates. Pretty impressive, 17-4. They had blown one the day before. They go there in St. Louis and come away with 3 wins. Andrew, I want to talk about that. And they're 20-17. We talk about sustainability. How impressed were you by this? And do you believe because they have that sort of resiliency, they should be hanging around all year?
No, I don't. I'm not going to blow this out of proportion. I am going to say that this is a team with 1 win over a winning team going into this series, and for them to come out of it with 4, I do want to give them credit for that, especially given their pitching situation with Steven Brault having to fill in today. So, you know, they're not dead yet. We're into May. We're not even to Memorial Day. There are some teams like Miami that you can already write off and say they've got no chance. And the Pirates are just kind of treading water. So if you want to give them a blue ribbon or a gold star for that, go ahead.
I tend to agree, Andrew. I think this is a decent start for a team that's going to be, decent during the season. But, I mean, I thought they'd be a couple games under 500 when the season started. I think they got out with exactly the formula that we expected for them to be competitive, which is great starting pitching. I think that the bullpen faltered more than we expected early. The lineup was what we expected it to be, and so was the defense, which is why they were around 500. And now they've managed a couple times here to survive starts with the injuries that took place to Archer and Taillon. But I do think that you're going to see the arms wear and tear throughout the course of the season from time to time. And that's probably how they're going to wind up being somewhere around 3 to 5 games under 500 by season's end.
I mean, let's remember last year they were awful streaky. They got off to that great start, and they kind of swooned, and they came back in mid-July, then they swooned again, and then they got together in September. And it sort of looks like the same sort of formula this year where they get hot for stretches, they get 1 or 2 good turns through the rotation, and they're fine, and then the rotation is bad, and they don't score enough runs. That being said, I mean, look, if we're going to complain that they're beating bad teams, that's really not a bad problem. Yeah, they haven't played a lot. They haven't played a lot of great
Which
teams.
the Penguins and Steelers have done more of that this year, right?
Yeah, so I mean, it's okay that they're beating the bad teams. The question that I have is, this is the one that we're going to ask at the end of July. If they're 2-3 out of the wild card, if they're right in the mix there, what is management going to do to get these guys over the hump? Because right now they're not doing anything. They're finding guys like Stratton, guys off the scrap heap, guys whose names I can't even pronounce and didn't even know were in baseball 2 weeks ago to come in and pitch games now. So I mean, this is nice, but are they going to invest in their product in the long run?
They need a legitimate third baseman. I mean, that right now is the black hole for this team. You've got Jung Ho Kang hitting 130, and Colin Moran couldn't beat out a guy who sat out of baseball practically for 2 years. So that has become the eyesore for this team. You know, there are things you can criticize them for, reasonable criticisms about the money they didn't spend in the offseason. And I think just kind of going with a wild card at third base, a guy that had success back in 2016, had been driven out of baseball, is probably where I start my criticisms of this team. The Kang thing was stupid from the beginning.
Well, I agree with that. Tim, I want to ask you on this next conversation talking about what's going on with Josh Bell, because I think all of us who follow this team thought he was one of the keys. He had to bounce back. Well, so far he's done that. If you want to pace it out, 150 RBIs on pace, that won't last. But how long will this surge last? Is it sustainable all season long?
Well, yeah, what he's doing right now is not sustainable, but I think having an all-star season is sustainable. So much of the talk of optimism for the Pirates when he was in the minors was focused around him coming up and being productive like this. If he winds up being a 30 home run, 292 hitter with around 100 RBIs, that's what you had a right to expect. Part of getting there is having an extremely hot month to 6 weeks, and that's what he's enjoying right now. And He's doing it well enough that it's offsetting the other faults that he has, specifically throwing the ball whenever he needs to do that. And thankfully, at first base, he doesn't have to do it too often.
And he looks very improved with the glove too, though. I mean, I think you saw the play he made with Williams on the mound the other night. I mean, he is dedicating himself. I mean, look, when you get to the ballpark like we do at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he is out there most days taking extra fielding work, which is, for a guy that wants to be the sort of the next Andrew McCutchen of this franchise, that's what you want from a guy like that.
How about throwing to second base? Does he do any of those drills?
He does, yes. They do a lot of those infield works where he'll take it, he'll throw to first, or he'll throw to second, and he'll go back and cover first, a little 3-6-3 stuff. I mean, he is putting the work in, and it does look like he's getting better. But you know what? If he's going to hit 35 to 40 home runs, you can deal with his arm getting loose 5 times a season.
Okay, look, they got to keep up with St. Louis and Paul Goldschmidt. Chicago as Anthony Rizzo, and Aguilar was what, second in home runs last year in the National League. It's a premium power position. You need big production from there. And I think you're getting Josh Bell more in 2017 than the guy we watched hit only 12 home runs last year. I don't think I'm not ready to proclaim him their first all-star at the position since Jason Thompson. But I think of all the things that have happened this year, Bob, they've got 2 major positive stories in my mind. You've got Bell at first, and you've got Lyles, who went from, oh my goodness, they brought this guy in to be their 5th starter, and he looks like he's been their bedrock in the rotation through the first month of the year.
All right, we have a lot more. I want to get into baseball, why ratings are down and attendance also down. We'll do that when we come back. But first, I want to talk to you about a major move that's just been made by the former Kenny Ross Chevrolet and Nissan and Zillion Opel. They're both now part of the #1 Cochran team. This is #1 Cochran's first ever Chevy franchise and Nissan store #4. Right now, you get grand opening buy/lease offers plus an extra $1,000 over Kelley Blue Book for your trade. Only now at the new #1 Cochran Chevrolet and #1 Cochran Nissan in Cranberry. More baseball than a lot of Steeler talk coming at you next on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown.
Brought to you by #1 Cochran. Go one better.